Hello, how you doing? I'm going to talk about this. What happened to the black man who was a poet? What happened to the black man who wrote "Bet You by Golly Wow"? You're the one that I've been waiting for forever. If something is wrong with my baby, then something is wrong with me. What happened to the black man who wrote "Kiss and Say Goodbye," "Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch"? Ain't that peculiar? What happened to the black man who was a poet? Now, for the last 40 years, most of the music by black men has just been calling black women hoes and bees, slaughter everybody, slaughter the police, blah, 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 blah. That's all they've been saying for the last 40 years. But what happened to the black man who used to be a poet? I have always been frustrated with black men since I've been 16, since I at least 16. Um, you take like a black man who's dumb and stupid, they'll find another black man or two who's dumb and stupid. So now they'll all hang out together. So now you get a cluster of black men, all of whom are dumb and stupid. Black men are followers. That is the true statement. If they know the ABC is going to smash and grab at the convenience store down the street, they're going to go smash and grab. And if you look at what they carrying in the smash and grabs, all they carry is candy. Okay, candy and Cheetos at the smash and grab. What, $2, $5 worth of food? When they smash and grab the jewelry stores, all they taking is glass and crystal. Nothing to be alarmed about. Okay. Um. Now look, maybe this goes generational. Okay, because my mother married a very awful person. Uh, he was awful. His family was awful. They're all awful. Okay. Then her mother didn't marry anybody to be she bragged about. Then her mother, which is my mother's grandmother, she didn't brag about anybody who she married either. Okay, so you may as well just go on back to slavery. What something happened during slavery? See, the Bible says that Lot saw and he heard what they were doing in Sodom and Gomorrah, and it perverted him. So the black man during slavery saw and heard what the white man was doing to black slaves. He was beating the black women, beating the men, women, and children. He was performing all sorts of sexual perversions on men, women, and children. And so the black man, he saw and he heard what was going on in slavery. So that's why he treated his children like that. He treated his children just because based on what he saw and he heard. Okay, so now thus began a generational curse. Um, so that's why black man has always frustrated me since I was 16. So see, the Bible says, do not envy the oppressor and desire, do not imitate the oppressor and desire none of his ways. That's what the Bible says. Do not desire none of his ways. Do not imitate the oppressor and desire none of his ways. See, the black man keep imitating the oppressor. And okay, you just take my generation. Go to college, all I saw was trash. I was frustrated again. There just weren't good quality men, if you want to call them men. They weren't good quality. So now I'm still frustrated in college. Okay. So look, even now, black men are followers. If they see ABC go smash and grab, they go smash and grab. If they even though they only getting Cheetos, if they see ABC smash and grab at a jewelry store, they only getting glass, they go smash and grab. If they hear about somebody shooting ABC 12 times, they go shoot somebody 12 times. And the black girls are getting like that too. They heard somewhere that so and so was shot 4 times. So they go shoot somebody 4 times because they didn't say excuse me at a store, or because he didn't say thank you. They go shoot some other woman 4 or 5 times because he didn't say why? Because he heard and they saw what a black guy did to another black man. Okay. And so now you got a worse generational curse. You got 12-year-olds shooting 28-year-olds 4 or 5 times. You got 12-year-olds carjacking over years, and the mother ain't doing nothing about it. The mother just let him run the street, and then he got killed by a cop. How ironic is that? So for the last 40 years, we've been saturated with harsh music, calling all the black girls being hoes, bees and hoes, shoot everybody, kill everybody. But look, and the black man who was a poet, nobody listens to. Early in the morning, blah, blah, blah. You know, what happened to the black man who was a poet? And look, the black women imitate the black man. The black men get into a street fight, they get into a street fight, pull a hair, do all this other stupid fighting. And the black man, he shoots another black man over a drug deal when he doesn't understand the black man doesn't own the wholesale drug market. The Mexicans own the wholesale drug market. So what's the point in shooting somebody else? They don't own nothing. Okay. But look, the black men are followers. You know, literally, they see somebody else do it, they're gonna do it. If you tell a black man, let's say you're married to a black man and you need another dick because the other one is worn out. A black man will say to himself, wait a minute, I'm not going to build a deck because my father didn't build a deck and my grandfather didn't build a deck. So therefore, I'm not going to build a deck. See, they only imitate what they've seen. Okay. They don't, never mind that the wife wants a deck. That's not important. They only imitate what they've seen. Their father didn't build a deck. But why didn't their father build a deck? Because they had a ramshackle house. Why didn't the grandfather build a deck? Because they had a ramshackle house. That's why they didn't build a deck. So guess what? The deck never gets built. So because black men are they don't have black men do not have thinking skills. They just don't. And I know a lot of black women are gonna tell, well, my husband's smart, he has thinking skills. Well, you know, best wishes with that. But my perception is that the majority of black men do not have thinking skills. They don't, they are followers. They don't have independent thinking skills. Like maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should that, or maybe I shouldn't do this or that. If so and so don't do it, they're not gonna do it. If ABC goes down there and tears up a neighbor's tool shed, they're gonna go down there and tear up a neighbor's tool shed. No thinking skills, followers. But look, I miss the black man who was a poet. I miss the black man who sings Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. I miss the black man who sings Kiss and Say Goodbye. I miss the black man who used to be a poet. Bye.